It has been announced at the San Diego Comic-Con that Nintendo Switch Sports Resort will be playable. This will start on the 23rd of July all the way to the 26th of July. Here you can play up to 4 sports. Now they haven't announced what the sports are, but you will have access to the game. That's the very first time people will be allowed to play this game. But I want to take a step back and bring you back to when they did the exact same thing for Wii Sports Resort back in 2009. 3 days before Wii Sports Resort was supposed to come out, they built a beach in the middle of Times Square. They really went all in on this event. It started on July 23rd. It looks like they built it the night before. So what they did was they brought in 50 tons of sand and dumped it in the middle of Times Square. Not only that, but the whole event looks unbelievable. They had a massive Wii Sports Resort sign. They had it up on the Times Square TVs, the advertising boards, whatever they are. They had the sand, they had a swimming pool, the beach balls, the Hawaiian shirts. The staff went all out for this and I freaking loved it. I think they had 6 tents with 12 TVs going on the go. Since it's nearly 17 years later, we can only go off of so much footage. I only found 3 or 4 videos that are a bit different, but it looks amazing, man. They really put in a lot of effort for this event, and I hope they go down this route for the Nintendo Switch Sports Resort one, but I really don't think it is. So anyway, and on the videos, it starts off with them, with the presenter. I think her name was Denise Klager or something like that. Klager. She was the former Vice President of Corporate Affairs. It starts with her talking about the event, talking about the people who were here. Funny enough, they brought out Chase Crawford. So you probably know him from The Boys, but this man was incredibly famous back in 2009 because he was in Gossip Girl. It's hilarious the way Nintendo went down this. They got a guy who was really famous for the teens, which is perfect for this game. After a really awkward encounter with Denise, he goes on to say that he loves video games and stuff like that. He's really good at video games. But here he is getting spanked up by the Denise. Now, fair enough, Denise probably had some time with the game before, but she absolutely whooped him. He got caught with the triple combo deluxe for the sword fighting. I thought it was really funny. But anyway, it's interesting the amount of money they must have put into this, because first of all, to book out Times Square, that must cost stupid money. And they booked it out from 9 to 3, which is incredible. So they must have had it for longer, because how would they have set up the thing? So they might have booked it out for an entire day. Then they had it on the billboards as well, which again, stupid amount of money. They had to roll in 6 TVs, all the tents. They had to put the swimming pool there, the 50 tons of sand. And for me, it made it the most unforgettable, because I keep thinking about this. I remember seeing it back in 2009. My dad showed me on his laptop and I was like, what the fuck, man? And it actually built my hype for the game, even though I was only 9 years of age. Not only did they have this Chase Crawford dude playing and getting his ass whooped, but they also brought in these famous enough athletes to play the sport that they were really good in. They call it athletes. If you look at the blogs for this event, they say, oh, they got these pro athletes and stuff like that. Wouldn't really call them pro, but let's look at them anyway. So first of all, I want to start off with I think his name's Alston Wang. In the blog post, they call him a table tennis whiz at 10 years old. So you can see him here playing the table tennis, but once you do a bit of research, I think he hit his peak at around 10, and then that was it, man. He probably dropped off because I don't see anything about this kid anymore. I thought I was going to open up the webpage and see, oh my god, this kid's an Olympic athlete or something. Another guy was Bradford Keller. Supposedly he was a freestyle frisbee champion, and he was a god with the frisbee, and they also got him in playing. Again, I'll leave links to all these articles. There's a lot of articles on the event. So yeah, they had him in, and then lastly they had a guy named Martin Vezzato, an archery pro. Again though, when I looked into him, I couldn't find anything on this man. If you type in his name, the first thing that comes up is the Wii Sports Resort event. So I don't know, I didn't see much of it. I'm guessing they had to build this overnight because there's no way they could have booked it for any more than, a day. You know what I mean? You could see the tents in the back and stuff. The smoke cannons and everything, man. They really went all out. I freaking love it.
Challenge from Wii Sports Resort?
I am, my man. It's brilliant. Come on.
Alright, so we're gonna
I love that. He goes, bring it. Come on. And then, do you know what I mean? They even had the steel drum people in and stuff like that. It was just what an event, man. You know what I mean? And the reason I'm talking about it is because obviously Nintendo Switch Sports Resort is doing theirs in San Diego, and I don't know if the Rizzler is as famous as Chase Crawford at the time. Maybe he is, like, I don't know, but like it's interesting that they're kind of going down the same element, the same kind of thing. But there's no way in hell in 2026 they're going to put as much money as they did into something like that. But it just creates character. That's the biggest thing that this event does, is creates character, creates a bit of immersion. Now, kind of the last part of this video that I want to make is about this woman wearing the I Love We t-shirt. This is a very interesting story, and being honest with you, this whole video was actually going to be about this t-shirt, if you can believe it or not. It was going to be called The Hunt for the I Love We t-shirt. I have searched everywhere to try and find this t-shirt. I have no idea where she got it from. First of all, I thought it was just something you could find anywhere, like, you know, if you look on Etsy or eBay or Redbubble, that you could see one that was made already, because I was like, I love this t-shirt, I want to get it. Nowhere to be seen. Nowhere seen at all. Then I was like, okay, maybe it was like a promotional thing that they gave out on the day, but again, I can't find anything on this shirt. And I was like, okay, there's a possibility she made it herself, but like, how much of a Wii fan are you to go out and make an I Love Wii shirt back in 2009? I think it's very simple to do that now, but I don't know if it was back in 2009. This woman has haunted me for a long time. If you go back to one of my videos I made 2 weeks ago or something, maybe 3 weeks ago, I talked about that I want this shirt so freaking bad. So I'm looking around everywhere for it and there's just nothing. So then what I kind of realized was, if you go back and look at the video, I found this dude walking in the back who has a I Love NY shirt. Then I realized it's like, oh, it's a parody of the I Love NY merchandise. So I thought, okay, what must have happened is maybe I looked around and I found like souvenir shops, and maybe I'm thinking maybe they made a t-shirt just for the event. But again, if you go back on like their old listings and stuff like that, there's absolutely nothing to be found. So now I'm thinking, okay, the company gave it out to people. But then no, because if I went through the entire video and found nothing, I went through multiple videos, found fan videos, the official video, the extended cut, pictures. I can't find anything on this t-shirt, and to this day I'm still stumped. I can't find out where she got it. Did she make it herself? Was it given as promotion for the event? None of the blog posts talk about them giving away stuff. Now they must have given away stuff. They must have. If you look over the videos, pictures, I can't see these shirts anywhere. I can't see like a stall. I can't see them in any shops. I'm absolutely stumped, man. And then this story kind of took a pretty dark turn. So I was going through the archives until I found this image of this woman wearing the t-shirt. But then I actually found her name, which was Annamaries Trump. So then I thought, okay, maybe if I find her social media, maybe I'll find it somewhere that she had this shirt. And I was like, okay, maybe I can get in contact with her or something like that. But lo and behold, if you type in her name and you type in like the area, it turns out that this woman had actually passed away in a car accident only 5 years later from this event. Now the reason I know this is because if you look up her name and the area, you get this news article of this tragic event, but you also get a picture of her with her children. And if you go back to the Wii Sports Resort event, you can see her with the exact same child and wearing the exact same glasses in the picture of like the obituary or whatever. So this took a really dark turn. I was actually devastated to see that, because it turns out she was a preschool teacher and she died while helping her getting food for her father, who was like 90 years of age. So it took a very dark turn, and kind of was quite upsetting actually, because I was like, oh, all I was doing was worrying about a stupid t-shirt. Then it turns out that she had actually passed away. And another reason I found out was because if you go back to these articles, you can actually see someone commenting, I miss Miss Trump, because she was a preschool teacher. So it did take a pretty, you know, kind of a dark turn looking for that t-shirt. But, you know, hopefully, like, you know, in her obituary, it sounds like she was an absolutely amazing person, a very kind and loving person, and that's the main thing. So yeah, and I think that's where I'm going to stop the hunt for the Wii I Love Wii shirt, because that is quite tragic. And I'm like, you know what, I think it can stay with her. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, look, that was kind of like my review and breakdown of the Wii Sports Resort event. I wish and I really hope Nintendo would go down this route. You know, it's not the end of the world, but like, you know, I miss times like these. I miss times when they put a lot of effort into events. I'm glad that they're doing something for Nintendo Switch Sports Resort, because their predecessors, Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, were absolute gems. One of the most well-sold games of all time. Keep playing games, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe. Slán leat.